welcome back to my channel. It is 2017. It is February in 2017. Crazy, time's flying. I haven't done a wrap-up in quite some time. I filmed a couple of wrap-ups and then just never posted them. So if you're interested to see any of the last books that I read in 2016, definitely check out my Goodreads page, link in the description below, because all that's there. Just jumping into the year fresh and new and starting over. So for this video, I am giving you the first 5 books that I finished in 2017. The first book that I read in 2017 is Lauren Graham's Talking as Fast as I Can, From Gilmore Girls to Gilmore Girls and Everything in Between. This book is fantastic. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It is her memoir, and take it as it being a memoir. It is not a Gilmore Girls tell-all, so don't go into it expecting everything Gilmore Girls. She does talk about Gilmore Girls quite a bit, and what she talks about it is fantastic, really insightful and interesting as a fan. She also talks a lot about parenthood, which I had never watched before. I am now in the middle of season 4. It is a fantastic show. I don't know why I didn't watch it when it was on. Probably because I was busy. But this is a great book. Again, don't go into it expecting to be a Gilmore Girls tell-all, because it is not, but it is great. You get some of her story, just like most celebrity memoirs. I did end up listening to this on audiobook. I started it on physical copy, and I did flip through and look at all the pictures that she mentions. But audiobooks for celebrity memoirs are the best because they read them themselves, and it was just a lot of fun. Also, fun fact with this book, within the last 3 out of 4 years, I have started the year with a memoir. The only year that I did not start with a memoir was 2014, I believe. No, 2014 I did, 2015. It's 2017, wow. The only year that I didn't was 2015, and I read a memoir in February, so it kind of counts. But somehow, not planned at all, I have started a tradition of starting the year with a celebrity memoir, and I'd like to keep that going, so we'll see if that happens next year. The second book that I finished this year was Amonstrous Call by Patrick Ness, and I did not realize that Jim Kay was the illustrator. Jim Kay is the illustrator of the illustrated Harry Potter books. He is fantastic and amazing, and I love him. I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars. I'm actually kind of leaning towards a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I didn't love it as much as I was hoping. I wanted to really love this like everybody else loves it. I went into it hoping for it to be super fantastic and amazing and emotional and great and wonderful, and it fell a little flat for me. It's a really good story. The illustrations are fantastic. It's told really well. I really enjoyed it. I just don't think I was feeling it at the time. I wanted to read it before I saw the movie, and the movie is fantastic. The movie is just like the book. I just wasn't feeling it, and I think that kind of put a damper on my experience reading it, but it is a really good book. The next book that I read was Love at First Sight by Josh Sundquist. I loved this book. It is so fantastic. It's cute. It's funny. It's just really good. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. It's fantastic. It follows this boy named Will and kind of his journey of going to a mainstream high school for the first time, because he's been blind since birth. So since birth he's been going to a school for the blind, and he's grown up around other blind people, but instead he wants to try mainstream schooling, and it's his journey through being mainstream, and then eventually this surgery comes that's super experimental that can possibly give him his sight. So it also deals with that and him making friends, and it's just overall a really cute story. I flew through it, read it in 2 sittings. Would have read it in 1 had I not had to go to sleep for work the next morning, but adulting is a thing that kind of has to happen, so I didn't read it in 1 sitting. I would have liked to. It is so fantastic. This was Contemporary Corner's Book of the Month for January. We did do a live show. I will leave that linked in the description below if you missed it or if you hadn't read it yet and you want to watch our live show. Josh even joined us for the live show, which is fantastic. It's just such a great experience surrounding this entire book. The next book that I read this month, or well, of the year rather, is a book that I meant to read back in November that never really happened. It's a book that I should have read a long time ago, but I finally did, and it is so amazing and fantastic and amazing and just wonderful. And that is Ship of Magic by Robin Hobb. I did listen to this on audiobook. I like listening to big books on audiobook because it's less frightening, I guess, and I like audiobooks. This is the second trilogy in Robin Hobb's Elderling Realm trilogy series books things. Her first trilogy was the Farseer trilogy, which I read last year and loved, and it was amazing. This one follows a different set of characters and their journey of quickening of the family life ship, and also dealing with other life ships and trading and all kinds of fun magical ship-like things, and it's a lot to explain and I'm not going to do it justice, but it is fantastic. I'm so excited that Sam got me into these books and that she raved about Robin Hobb's so much, because it's definitely well worth it. Robin Hobb's writing is amazing. It's so detailed, so character driven. The characters in this book, just like with the Farseer trilogy, just hook ya. You want to know more about the characters. There's definitely hatred for some characters, especially Kyle and his bratty little daughter Malta. They're obnoxious and annoying, and I love it. I love being mad at characters. I love loving characters. It did start a little slow because with Robin Hobb, she likes to kind of slow start, get to know everyone, get to know the world a little, get to know the story a little, and then go into more detailed adventures and things. It picks up in book 2. I'm almost done with book 2 and loving it just the same. But since it did start a little slow for me and it took me a while to get into it, I did give it a 4 out of 5 stars. The 5th book that I'm going to talk about today is Bryan Cranston's memoir, A Life in Parts. I listened to this on audiobook and I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. The only reason I docked it down half a star is because there's a section or a chapter where he discusses going and living with some relatives on a farm, and he explains in detail the killing of some chickens. I'm not too keen on the killing of some chickens. Don't get me wrong, I'm a meat eater and I love me some chicken. I don't want to know how it's done. So because of the details, I had to skip that chapter. It's just not for me. I wasn't digging it. But I kind of figured that'd be the only chapter that it was there. He references it a little bit, which is fine. You know, it's part of his life. Since I had to skip that chapter, I docked it down half a star. But I did love it. It is fantastic. He narrates it himself, which is also fantastic. Again, celebrity memoirs and audiobooks go hand in hand. They are great. So if you're a fan of Bryan Cranston, definitely check it out. I learned a lot about him that I didn't even know, and I'm one of those people that only really kind of knew who he was because of Breaking Bad. I watched Malcolm in the Middle, didn't realize that Bryan Cranston was the dad in Malcolm in the Middle until I was watching reruns of Malcolm in the Middle and I was like, hold up, that's Bryan Cranston. Definitely interesting fact, but it's a really good book, just like Lauren's book, just like most of the celebrity memoirs that I've read, so definitely check it out if you're a fan. And that is all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. So far, it's been a really good year for reading. I've given nothing 3 stars. I take that back, I've given one thing 3 stars. You'll see that in the next wrap up. But pretty much it's been a really good year for reading so far, and I'm hoping to continue that train of really good books and reading for fun. And it's gonna be a good year. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for more content. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.